Okay. So we are going to lay to rest if there is a counter activate window in Alpha 2. Okay. All right. Let's get some basics out of the way. We already know that true VI custom cannot be blocked, cannot be reversal. It's a wrap. That's game. We 100% know this. A properly executed activate in the sweep or whatever normal is 100% unblockable. We're talking about if a poorly executed VI sweep or custom is counter activated. If you can't counter activate, sorry, I can't talk. All right, that's what we're trying to find out. All right, so let's get one thing out of the way. So let me pause it. I'm going to have player 2 do a custom. There's frame 0. There's the input. We're going to advance it 27 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the first frame out of black screen. This is the first frame where the player can start entering inputs, all right? Player 1 is now locked out for 9 frames. They're stuck, right? But you can't do anything, but the game will still store your inputs, right? So on this next frame, I'm gonna press the custom combo button for player 1, right? So I'm gonna advance it 1 frame. There's the input for it. Even though I'm in neutral, I cannot move. Nothing's gonna happen, right? So I enter the custom combo. I'm gonna keep the frame advancing. Nothing's happening. It still hasn't done anything, right? By this time, you would have already got hit by the sweep and you're dead, or depending on the character, right? So let me keep advancing. Once the VI CC properties is over for the opponent, that stored input activates. That was the input I put in 9 frames ago. Now he's gonna do the move. Understand? Okay. So let's get that out of the way. Okay. Now, pause it. We're going to have player 2 activate again. There's the activation. We're going to do another 27 frames again. Okay. Now, I'm going to advance this 5 frames, right? We're going to do a late sweep. Okay? So we're going to advance this 5 frames. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right? Now we're going to enter crouching roundhouse, right? There's the crouching roundhouse. You see it in the bottom right. There's the input. I'm going to advance it 2 frames. All right. I'm going to enter a custom. I could have entered it earlier, but, because that's stored, but whatever. We all know that if you do it early, it'll still go through, but I'm going to do it now. So I'm going to enter this custom. Hey, look at that. You can't counter activate, right? It does require a poor execution on the opponent's behalf, though. VI customs are still 100% unstoppable. The reason why this works is because you can enter inputs on those frames. The problem is, the reason why you cannot block, and I'll show you why, is because they're going from stand to a crouch block, there is a 1 frame startup. So we're going to do the same scenario again, okay? So I'm going to enter in the custom. There we go. Do the 27 frames, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm going to advance the 5 frames again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm going to do crouching roundhouse. I'm going to start holding down back on player 1. All right, there's the down back on player 1. There's the crouching roundhouse on player 2. This is the exact same setup that you just saw, where Black Ryu got hit. Right? So here it is. Now right here, you see Ryu start to animate. Right? That means it's accepting input. It's now taking the inputs, right? So I am actually out of VIA custom at this point. The problem is blocking has a slight delay to it. So therefore, still going to get hit. Right? So what that means is if the opponent does an improper VIA custom, you can counter activate. You can actually input a DP early. You can input a super kind of early. That'd be practically impossible because there's just very little frames to do it. So what we could do, let me set up the situation again. So we could do, let's activate again. All right, there's the activation. All right, now I'm going to advance it 5 frames. So 1, I'm going to go ahead and enter the custom right here. 2, there's the custom, so it's going to store it, right? 3, 4, 5, custom's already stored, right? So if Ryu does do a bad one, you just enter it, right? And if Ryu does do a bad custom, you will get the counter activate, right? So here we go. Here we go. I'm going to do crouch roundhouse, and if I'm not going to hit any more inputs on player 1. It's the custom's going to come out. There it is, right there, because it was stored, right? During the VIA custom, during the VIA CC lockout, it just stores your inputs, okay? So there it is. So yes, can you counter activate? Yes. You have to do the attack pretty late. A good player is rarely ever going to do this. So, okay, you get hit. So basically, in a match, if you get hit, if they see a custom, after the custom hits, okay, go ahead and just enter it in the custom. So if they do mistime it, you'll automatically get the custom when you finally exit the lockout. All right. So yeah, you could do that, but the odds of that happening are slim to none because most good players are never going to mistime this. It's such a loose timing. You have to be off. I mean, you have like a 4 to 5 frame window to enter this crouching roundhouse to be true unblockable, right? That's very loose timing. Coming from people that could do very tight 1 to 2 frame length combos consistently, this is a walk in the park. So is it viable? No, but yeah, okay. He activates after dark screens are okay, cool. Just activate your CC. Just hit your CC button defensively. If they screw up, cool. You got your counter activate. If not, you're gonna get hit. Either way, right? It's either it's gonna come out or you're gonna get hit based on their timing. You're not really counter activating. It's more like a punish because they did the wrong thing. They did it wrong and you punished them for it. That's really all it is. Shout outs to Veritas. I actually didn't know about that input storing. I didn't know that. The guy's a lab monster, so he knows his stuff. And so yeah, there is a way to quote unquote counter activate, but it's not very realistic. But it does exist. But again, when the opponent is doing the move correctly, it doesn't matter. It's still truly unblockable, right? So that's it.